Davis Heslop of Western Arctic Moving Pictures was recently at the Inuvik Youth Center to teach the youth filmmaking and some camera skills. Let's check it out.
What do you guys like about the Youth Center?
Everything. Fun. Get to go on iPad. Get to watch movies. Get to play guitar. Get to play basses. Get to have snack.
I love it here. This is the ideal job. I love it. My goal here is to be here for a couple years until one of these local young people in their early 20s can take over. And I'd like to train up people in the whole process of like identifying what we're lacking, identifying the funding sources. Honestly, it's not that hard. It's about writing. You know, it's about using words to get what you need and asking for, so being able to write a good pitch, and that's a skill set that I have. And so I see myself as being able to bring that in, to teach young people here how to do that, how to know where the money is and how to ask for it, and begin bringing them into that process. Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll make it fair. On the day-to-day, you know, when conflict comes up, when people are testing out what they can and can't do and how to be a member of a community, a mature, responsible individual, having somebody there who will welcome you in after you've done something bad and say, how can we do that better next time, rather than just saying, you're a bad kid, get out of here. That's huge for us. There's just so much stuff that will get hit by it. Yeah, you can do pass, and you can like bounce it back and forth and stuff. We're just not going to do any shooting. We've recently got a bunch of new video equipment, so we're doing videography workshops, teaching kids how to do digital storytelling, how to really get involved with creating a storyline and telling what they want to tell. We have some new musical equipment that kids are getting into. We got an awesome donation from Northmark.
She's so awesome.
So we're teaching kids, you know, how to express themselves through music. Show me what you got. Show me what you got. We've got our old standbys of like target shooting and crafts, and we're working on Indigenous languages, all kinds of wonderful stuff going on. It's a very active space right now. Lots of kids are coming, and we're also getting a ton of good feedback from parents, from schools, that everyone is happy to be here. Yeah, so Davis is in here doing a 2-week videography workshop funded through ITI, and it's been beautiful. Like he's got a really gentle way of bringing in technology, inviting kids into a relationship with it on their terms.
And then over, and then over, and then up, and then over, and then down.
So he's not saying you have to do this, you have to do that, but he's saying this is here, and it's interesting, and I love it, and I'd like to show you why I love it, and you can do this.
Like how this week has gone is putting cameras in kids' hands, having them shoot a bunch of stuff, and then having them look at that, and then reassess what they're doing and like how it's gonna come across. Like these girls did a bunch of dance videos, and it took them watching their videos to see what it would look like so that they know how to approach it the next time. I think it's important because kids are involved with it every day. You know, like kids these days have cell phones and they're involved with digital storytelling and digital media constantly. So having them to be empowered with the ability to create and represent themselves in it, I think is the best. Like is only fair, really. You know? Because like a lot of the times, like they don't really understand what this is. They just consume it, you know? Like TV, they don't know what goes into it. They just stand apart from it, you know?
Where do you live, Davis?
I live in Yellowknife. I was born in Yellowknife.
Davis, how did you get a job to work with cameras?
Well, in school, I had the opportunity to go to a class where I learned a lot about how to use cameras, and I was just good with it, so I just stuck with it, and I liked it.
So Davis, who did you go to get some techniques about it?
I learned a lot of stuff from the internet, but I also went to university for cinematography to learn about cameras.
Where do you get all the cameras from?
All the cameras that are here actually belong to the youth center, so I'm not taking them when I go. They're all for you guys to use when I'm gone.
Why do you have to go?
I've got a lot of,
Stuff to do.
well, camera stuff. Like the place that I work for runs a film festival, and that's happening. Anytime you guys want to come by WOMP, you can totally come by if you're in Yellowknife. Stop by. Yeah.
What does WOMP mean again?
Western Arctic Moving Pictures.
We might.
Yeah, it's a digital media arts company. We travel around and we teach workshops like this, and we also rent out cameras and stuff, and like teach people how to use Photoshop.
What's the best camera that you've ever used?
The best camera that I've ever used? Probably a disposable camera.
So what is that?
A disposable camera is one of those ones that you could buy for about $15.
And then the picture comes down?
Yeah, and then you go and get them processed and stuff. But it's because everybody can buy that camera, so it's kind of like an even playing field. If you're good with that camera, you're good with any camera. Because it's just basically going like this.
Ask me questions. Ask me questions.
Okay. How old are you?
9.
Were you in a video this week?
Yeah.
What did you think?
It was fun.
It was fun? Would you make another video? Yeah? One more time.
Boom.
Paper, scissors.
Hey! Okay.
Oh.
So what's your name?
Danita Lenny.
Yeah? Did you participate in the workshop this week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? What was your favorite part?
Probably dancing.
Yeah, you guys made some like dance music videos. You made 2.
We made more than 2. Well, I just like dancing so much, so I just like dancing and I like being on camera.
Mm-hmm. Would you do it again?
Yeah! Yeah. Do it again. Here, I'll help you.
So what's your name?
Olivia.
Did you participate in a video this week?
It was lots of fun.
Would you do it again? Yeah?
I would do more than that.
Yeah? You wanna make other videos too?
Yeah, let's make another one today.
You wanna make another one today?
Yeah.
I hope this happens way more often because I've seen like a lot of like really awesome positive change in kids, and it's cool to see them that they're like into being able to create stuff that they can, you know, have exist in a digital realm or, you know, on the internet or wherever they want. Like over the years, we've done a fair amount of like workshops with youth and stuff like that. Like we try and do at least a couple every year, but now we're trying to do a lot more like traveling workshop initiatives that go all year. They wanted to get this training because they wanted to get the kids involved in a language preservation project, and doing that through graphic design and through making videos and different kinds of digital media so that it can exist on a bunch of different platforms. And also to just let the kids kind of have fun with just making their own projects. I mean, like, some of the stuff that they're doing is more kind of like passion driven instead of like document this boring meeting or whatever. Like a lot of these kids are like photoshopping SpongeBob into different, you know, weird scenarios and stuff like that, which is kind of, I guess, where the interest is. Which is like what we're about. I mean, like, we're not about like ramming facts down people's throats. We're about trying to get people interested. Like, I've been teaching a bunch of kids like Photoshop and stuff like that so that they can make like posters for the organization or just make their own kind of passion projects and stuff like that. Like, it doesn't always have to be about work. This is kind of like the recreational side of digital media.
Anything else you want to add?
Have you ever wanted to learn how to make an Inuvialuit drum? Keith Felix of Tusaayaksat came down to the Inuvik Youth Center, showed the youth how to do it, and put on a clinic. Let's check it out.
How it feels when I drum dance? I enjoy it. I used to get goosebumps when I used to drum and sing with Shepherd, just by hearing Shepherd sing. Sometimes my hair on my arms would stand up or behind my head there, the hair there. Just get the chills or the goosebumps.
Inuvialuit drum dancers have been singing and dancing for countless generations. The songs and dances are as old as our people, kept alive by our elders and shared in public gatherings. Through their drum dancing, our people celebrate Inuvialuit life, remember the people and events of the past, and offer hope for the future.
Shepherd Felix is from Tuck. It's old man Felix, and I believe his mum's name is Ikalana, William Mangalaluk's daughter. So Shepherd and all those Felix brothers, they're Felix Mangalaluk, I guess. The big chief or the big founder of Tuck there. If it wasn't for, I guess, the big chief there, I think Tuck would never be like where it is today. Like, Tuck would never be there, I should say, if it wasn't for that big guy there.
How are you related to Shepherd?
By Joseph Felix. That's Joseph Felix's brother. Old man Felix and Ikalana had quite a few kids back in the day. I think it was Emmanuel Felix's birthday. That's when I started drum dancing. That's when I was 5 or 6 years old at the time, and all those brothers were having their older brother's birthday party. And they started singing their dad's song, William Mangalaluk's song. And that's when I went up to dance. So ever since then I enjoyed drum dancing and making drums and yeah.
Who taught you how to make drums?
My father, Stanley Felix, and Shepherd, watching Shepherd on YouTube.
This is oak. It is straight like this because I put it in hot water and steamed it. While I steamed it, I bent it.
Lots of steaming, sanding, cutting, gluing.
This is the fiberglass. It is easy to work with, so I used it to put the bone on.
Matthew, I need your arms. Tell me you're off, man.
I don't know today. See what happens. Wouldn't mind trying to catch the last half of the hockey game tonight.
Yeah.
Game 7.
With See if it's gonna fit now. Oh yeah.
Nice.
It's got a file and glue. If you want to go on this side, Sean. Hello.
This is where you tie the skin to the groove. We work on this to make it smooth and even. Now I am ready to put the skin on. This is the skin I'm going to start putting on when I finish the drum. I'm going to stretch it out, and then I'm going to tie it. I'm going to put lots of string on. I'm going to tie this one and stop for a while. After it dries, I'm going to work on it again.
Ready.
Some songs is about polar bear and traveling. They put a wording on. So, like it's buddy with the joking buddy, most of the time is they make a song to each other, those two buddies. That's the way it turn out lots. Songs with the words, you know. Other guy don't want to make a mistake there, and the other guy going to make a song out of it. So that's the way I was growing up. I know it a little bit for that part.
Inuvialuit drum dancing has been a part of our culture for many generations. Before everyone moved here to Tuk, we had all different villages that in Kittigazuit and Bailey Island and everywhere else, and that's where basically it came from. Inuvialuit drum dancing was a way of celebrating our culture and tradition. For instance, in the winter, we'd all they'd be at their posts, and it comes springtime, they'd celebrate the good hunt, the good harvest, the good year that they had. They'd all gather together and they'd drum and dance and sing into the wee hours of the morning.